Hello everyone, this is Persephone. This video is going to be tough love. Before we start, a quick disclaimer. This video is not fat shaming. I'm not shaming anyone for their weight or body type. I'm not going to go to anyone's profile to ever leave negative comments. And you have the right to body autonomy and the choice to look the way you want to look. I'm making this video because it's tough love. I don't have a nicer way to say it, but it's the reason many of you cannot find a girlfriend. Okay. Before we start, if it's not healthy, it's not sexy, I don't encourage anyone to starve, I don't promote eating disorders. The only thing that I'm going to promote is telling you to go see a doctor and decide together with your doctor after the proper medical tests what's the right weight for you, for your age, for your physical activity, your body type, and so on. Whatever your doctor says, okay? I'm not a doctor, I'm not trying to substitute one. Now, if I had $1 every time that I saw dad bod or chubby or overweight or something similar that is a very nice euphemism for fat and out of shape in a dating profile, I would be richer than Elon Musk. And I understand that the current dystopian way of life does not promote being healthy, but it could easily solve so many of your problems if you decided to lose that weight once and for all and never gain it back. That is one category of guys. We're going to analyze several categories and several weight problems and how they contribute to you being forever alone and getting no matches. Okay, let's start with the more obvious ones: overweight or obese. I still remember when I used to have Facebook, because I now have completely deleted it, the guy who was an obese Asian guy who got so offended at me and he started reporting me, and I got kicked out of the group because I said I don't date obese men. And he said no one had ever told him that, no women had ever told him that his weight was a problem, despite the fact that he was single for like 8 years and the previous girlfriend he had cheated, and how dare I, and I hurt his feelings. And then the administrators came to ban me for having standards. And not only I didn't say that I don't date obese men because I find them physically unattractive, which is true, but also because there's a bigger problem when someone is obese and me. We don't match as a lifestyle. Like, I'm a very active person, I like doing a lot of sports, so if a person doesn't like that and they're homebody, or they just work and their idea is going out to eat or order takeout, it's not going to work out. So why waste both of our times? This person was not hearing any of it. And there were so many women in these groups lying to these poor guys and telling them what they want to hear and telling them that, oh, your weight doesn't matter, it doesn't matter if you are 300 pounds and almost bent bound, the right woman will love you and looks will not matter. Is that woman blind? Is she like a sugar baby? Because I don't know why looks wouldn't matter for a woman. Women are not only as visual as men, they're way more ruthless than men. Women are the gatekeepers of the future generations in terms of sperm selection. So even if we don't want children, we're not going to go after men who are weak and can keep even an erection up because their penis is lost under so much fat that even if you search, you can't find it. Now there are going to be the people who say, you know, women just want older men because they have resources and they start to cope. Even the older men that women want, like Brad Pitt. I don't know if you have checked Brad Pitt, like how hot he looks and how well he maintains his body. Yeah, this is the type of older men that women actually want. The kind of woman who is a sugar baby and she's going to marry some morbidly obese millionaire, she doesn't really want him, so I'm not going to waste our time even analyzing her. I'm talking about the average woman who wants a boyfriend. Second thing is that not only these women lie to you, but what they also do is just make, I don't recommend catfishing, okay, just get pictures from any guy who has a nice body and he's not too famous, like a minor athlete, a minor actor, a minor bodybuilder even. Just make a fake account for a week and see how will women respond to the catfish. And your eyes are going to open to a whole new world. You will not believe what you're seeing. Women will be sending nudes to you without you even asking for them. So the first idea we need to discard is that looks don't matter. They matter immensely. Now the second idea is, how much do I have to do? How far do I have to go? My answer is, as far as you can. I'm not going to tell you anymore that 2 years ago would have said, if you just have a flat stomach and you look decent and you have your hair and your teeth, it's fine. And now We're in even more dystopian society. No one has time for that. And if you're going for the kill. You're going to improve your looks as if your life depends on it. Because if you're going to die alone, your life in a way depends on it. Another repulsive type of guy, I'm sorry, this time, like, I don't have time to sugarcoat anymore, is the skin fat guy. It's the guy who eats mac and cheese and drinks soda and for some reason always works on IT. And he looks skinny with clothes, but when he takes off his clothes, you want to look away. This guy has probably very low testosterone. Not that the fat guy has high testosterone, but when you have low testosterone, because you're essentially following a feminizing diet without being a sissy who wants the feminization, that's what happens. Your testosterone tanks. It takes the metabolism that you're supposed to be having with you, so you don't really burn any calories. Your muscles, especially after 30, are slowly being replaced with fat. Your bones will be cracking in a few decades, and you're on a downhill path. Both the obese guy and the skinny fat guy are going to have very serious problems later on. The difference is that the skinny fat may have to put on some weight, like muscle, and the fat guy has to lose some weight, but still you need to get going. You need to start things. I'm not going to hear ageist crap like I'm too old, because you're never too old and every year is going to be worse and worse. So you start now, I don't care if you're 45 or 55 or 65 and in your mom's basement. You get up and you do it. The other excuse is I don't have time. I'm going to remind you that Obama was working out 1 hour every day and he was the president of the United States. So unless you are more busy than the president of the United States, that you're here on YouTube and you watch me, so I'm going to assume you're not busy. The rest is just crap excuse you are telling yourself. The next idea is the defeatist guy that he's going to say, oh my god, who cares, this is not going to work, all women just are, I don't know, OnlyFans whores, and you're just trying to sell me your OnlyFans just like everybody else, I don't care. You can do that. It's the easiest thing in the world to pretend you're this cool guy who doesn't care about anything, and he tried and he failed. I'm going to tell you, you're digging your own grave though here, okay? All women are the same after you lose the weight, and after you start looking good, and after you get yourself out there, and you do everything that I said you need to be doing in the previous videos. If nothing works, then you can say that. When you're fat and you're on your dirty pajamas on your couch watching me from your phone, you don't get to have an opinion because this is all just fantasy talk. Most of the men who say these things, they've never experienced being good looking and decent looking once in their entire lives. Another thing is that despite having technology, we're still very primitive, especially women. So being a physically strong man is a very sexy thing, very attractive thing. I have lost count of men who can do basic shit that women half their size can do. Let's say there is an attacker attacking you and your girlfriend. Can you defend him? Can you throw a punch? Can you outrun the attacker if it's just you and him? Or you're going to start like puffing like a train and collapsing, and even the attacker is going to feel sorry for you. I mean, I'm one of the most progressive people, you know, I support from colonization of other planets to digital immortality, but in this one, we have to go the traditional route. You cannot be a guy that has more estrogen than his girlfriend, and he's sitting there incapable of defending himself, bitching. Even if you're watching me and you want to be a sissy, no one wants that, okay? You still have to lose the weight, I don't care. I'm losing patience in this channel with the people who are messaging me for magical solutions, and then when I tell them real solutions, they bail. You want to be 300 kg at your mother's basement? Be my guest. I don't believe that everyone needs self-improvement. It's up to you. I'm not going to make this video too long, so I'm not going to start telling you the ways that you're going to lose the weight. I already told you the first step, it's seeing a doctor. The second step, it's important, and I'm going to mention it briefly, is you have to decide if your family is going to be on your side or not, and if your work is going to be on your side or not. I already have a video about weight loss tips that work without diet that you can start from. But overall, the most important thing in this case is your mindset shift. You need to get into the real world and leave the matrix behind. Leave the blue pill behind. The idea that looks don't matter, that some woman is going to find you and she's going to be magically attracted to you, and that everything is outside your control. It's not. Also, until your looks improve, I suggest leaving Tinder and other highly visual dating apps behind. Tinder is dominated only by hot men. Women go there mainly because they want sex, and they don't want sex with someone with more estrogen than them, obese, who has probably a porn addiction too, and it's junk food. No one wants that, so just log out of these apps and start dedicating your time that you waste on these apps. I read that the average American looks at their phone 300 times a day. Holy fuck, this is time for a whole workout. All of this time that you are wasting doom scrolling, Tinder matching when no one is going to match you back, porn watching, bitching online, reading forums, tweeting nonsense, all of this time can be a time for a very, very good workout.